Please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic?
Hello everyone, welcome to This Week at X. Today we're going to start by continuing a discussion from yesterday about Gamergate 2.0, and I'm sure many of you don't give a damn, but I do, and I'm going to continue to do so for as long as any form of discrimination exists. I don't care if you are animal, vegetable, mineral, are romantically attracted to animal, vegetable, or mineral. I do not care what the colour of your skin is, your faith, your sexuality. If you discriminate against another person, you are a terrible person. Annoyingly, while 9% of the population of this world, that 9% gets accused of all these things but apparently can't be the very, thing that they're often accused of. Isms, usually. The only ones they're allowed to be called usually start with ought. In yesterday's exhibition of stupid people, I referenced black girl gamers. Black girl gamers are renowned of late and have been called out for hiring practices that are in nature discriminatory, whilst they also preach about how they are a group to help those that are considered marginalised by skin colour. As you can see, we're already off to a fascinating start. If one is pedantic enough, you can break that down. My audience typically are, hi, you're all lovely people really. Please don't do it though, it's not necessary to the point I'd like to make. We're going to look at a thread from Black Girl Gamers to start this video. I'm sorry for the prattling, but they need to be called out for something. After being called out for their hiring practices, they went to Twitter and put out a thread that said, "We're addressing the recent allegations published on thatpartplace.com about discriminatory hiring practices within Black Girl Gamers. These claims are false and were made without prior fact-checking or verification from us or our representative. Black Girl Gamers operates as a contracting organisation that collaborates with both freelancers and content creators from all backgrounds to work on various projects and initiatives to amplify underrepresented voices in gaming and make the community more inclusive. Contrary to the allegations in the article, Black Girl Gamers has contracted freelancers of all races, genders, sexual orientations, religions, and ethnic backgrounds." You put races already, you don't need to say it twice. "We have also included representation of all genders and backgrounds in our content at our events and in our marketing consultation and research projects, some of which are not publicly disclosed due to NDAs. Evidence demonstrating our commitment to diversity and inclusion include our non-discriminatory hiring practices, and it is readily available and easily searchable. Upon discovering these false and defamatory allegations, we have taken steps to obtain legal counsel to take action against the publication and journalist, as well as subsequent content creators who have reshared the false allegations about our organisation. Lawsuits. Quaint. We will continue to pursue further action against anyone who persists in spreading false and defamatory information about Black Girl Gamers, its founder and its contractors and partners. We value the talent and contributions of all our collaborators, and we are committed to continuing to do so. Blah blah blah, ongoing support. Replies turned off." I saw this because it was retweeted by a person called Play with Jambo. I believe they're a streamer who I think I follow. That might be why. "White men have always had a seat in gaming. The harassment being directed towards black women femmes over this is exactly why they've created their own space and that you are not welcome in. Some of y'all make the gaming space unsafe for anyone who doesn't look like you." Now I fundamentally disagree with this, hugely disagree with this. Any group created with a premise based on a form of racial segregation is by nature discriminatory. You want to elevate all voices, you want to elevate all people and create a rather pleasant echo chamber in a gaming industry where gaming is naturally not a nice experience, especially in the community itself. You make your own groups, you segregate yourselves from others, you complain about bugs, it's the usual, it's the norm, it's what you get. It's part and parcel essentially. Creating these little echo chambers only serves to create further dissent, further division. Rather than seeking to solve problems together, you create a group, you use a thought-terminating cliche and a bunch of buzzwords to make it seem like you're a victim, or your victim cards are laid out there for all to see. You don't seek to solve the problem, you merely seek to bitch about the problem. In the case of Black Girl Gamers, they freelance. That's their way of circumventing the accusation of their discriminatory hiring practices. That's a very interesting word, freelancer, especially when talking about hiring practices. And Jambo is fundamentally incorrect about this, especially when you consider In gaming, typically you don't see each other, so the harassment many experience isn't based on what you look like. In many instances, it is simply because you are a terrible gamer. I guess not everyone can sit around all day playing one of those random open world games where you don't do anything all day. I'm prone to those from time to time, but I will admit it is not my go-to. There are far too many journalists of late, and commentator types, or ambassadors for Twitch, who think that they have this kind of monopoly on the gaming industry, certainly the community side of it, where it is only ever sunshine, buttercups. I'm trying to think of that Ron Weasley spell from the first Harry Potter thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, that, okay? However, much like the spell, there are rats involved. There really are. People don't care. The apathy is astonishing. You have a blind side and a blind spot to all that actually goes on in the gaming industry, and certainly the communities as well. If you really think by creating a group called Black Girl Gamers, you can hide behind "but we freelance," you are actually deluded. Is it not bad enough right now you've got the ADL calling on online games to be regulated to protect people's feelings? Additionally, it was discovered by former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern that the alleged hiring practices from their tweets that are readily available and easily searchable are not actually on their website, and the company's board job selection page requires a password to access. Everything about what Black Gamer Girls apparently is reeks of wrong and contradiction. This was tweeted out by Grums, who is Mark Kern, who actually proved all of this. BGG's own website claims to be 100% minority operated. Now, I've seen minority owned, but what does minority operated mean? It is unclear if they mean 100% of management or 100% of all staff. Imagine, if you will, if a website existed called White Gamer Boys or Men. This would be racism. Okay, what if it was White Gamer Girls? Asian gamer boys, Asian gamer girls, and so on. Depending on the market, the demographic, the place where this comes from, it can be interpreted very differently. No form of discrimination is acceptable, ever. BGG don't even lead by example. You claim to represent underrepresented voices. All you're doing is setting it back, which is often the case when groups like this exist, claiming to do one thing, but actually being the absolute antithesis of it. So next we're going to go to the YouTuber Just a Robot, who has, many of you might know this, had two channels, both called Just a Robot. Now, he didn't use one for a long time because I think he got hacked long ago. Either that or he was not allowed to upload. I think it was a hack though, if memory serves. So he built another channel called Just a Robot and got it to 100k like his first channel. Congratulations on having two. Recently, the channel was hacked by MicroStrategy US 2024_new. I know this because I went to his channel and I found it at the bottom of the one that is still operational. 6 days ago, he had posted a community tab talking about cyborgs and androids. The channel homepage now has crap from another channel basically, a verified MicroStrategy channel. Over on Twitter, Just a Robot had tweeted, "Haven't been this stressed out in a long time. Was already having a pretty bad day when my channel got hacked. Team YouTube has gotten back to me and I'm talking with them. I'm worried about the possibility of income loss, but I will have to cross that bridge when I get to it." Reply from Google Ghost. "Well, I helped get it removed. Not sure if the channel survived though, so yay," confirming they reported videos on that channel that were not from that channel. Just a Robot replies, "Oh god, well that for sure changes things." Later tweeting, "Hey everyone, my channel has now been deleted, maybe mass reported? Not sure. This doesn't mean it's certainly gone forever, but I won't lie, I'm extremely worried." Reply from Bloody Moon. "So it's all good then, or no?" Reply, "Hard to say. I think they will only have it deleted till I get it back. At least that's what this one guy says on Reddit." Further tweeting a few hours later, "Hey everyone, Team YouTube has just temporarily removed my account as far as I can see. Once I get it back, I will be making a video about all of this. But my video about reaction channels will most likely be pushed back a week." At time of recording, Just a Robot still does not have access to the what is now dubbed MicroStrategy US channel that is his main channel. Whether you like Just a Robot or not, it doesn't matter. The principle of having a channel hacked, I believe multiple times, raises of course a security question on JAR. Yes, 100%. But the main problem is a creator is no longer able to access the account that brings them the majority of their income, because they've been hacked by something claiming to represent MicroStrategy US. Playlists of which from MicroStrategy are all over the homepage now. A channel that is, by the way, verified at 37,000 subscribers and hasn't uploaded a video in 5 months and hasn't streamed in 6 months. So one certainly calls sus on that. I do hope he is able to get his account back, and And of course, I will link the active channel, the other one, if he still uses it, down below. Moving on, Drama Alert tweeted out a video. Adam22 caught walking a dog with a gay guy, dead emoji and pride flag. Retweeted by Carvos. Why the F is this news? Can people not just hang out regardless of sexuality? The caption and bait for views is off the charts. Shameless. The Drama Alert Twitter account does typically put out a fair amount of baity stuff, and clickbaity at that of course, and invariably ends up getting community noted most of the time. So its potential to earn any of that Twitter revenue is quite limited. Keemstar replied, "Aren't you the guy that has thumbnails and titles about different content creators that state that their careers are over when they're clearly not over, including 2 images on Neon and Nelk?" Carvos, "Yeah, I put vague titles so people come and watch, and it defo is clickbait. But there are also levels to the clickbait, Lamau, especially in this regard. Do you think that caption and news is good? Someone having a gay friend isn't news, lol. You guys also baited DV as some weird joke after I called it out and deleted it. And I mean, there are a lot more examples. I know it's someone you hired to get as many views as possible, and I'm sure that they've done that. But the Twitter is so sloppy and has zero standard." Reply, "I find it hilarious you're trying to tell me what I can and can't cover. What exactly is your authority? Do you think I'm just going to do not cover a story because you said so? Like, how delusional are you?" Reply, "When did I tell you what to cover? I'm saying that this just isn't a story. You think having gay friends is a newsworthy story?" Reply, "Having gay friends is not a story, but Adam22 walking a dog with Jack Doherty's gay brother after he got this call is a story. Even if it's a prank or whatever, I deem it newsworthy." Included is a Drama Alert tweet of Adam22 getting a sus phone call. Not going to play the clip, I'll end up getting a copyright claim. Reply, "Okay, so why not word it so people can understand that there are these other things going on, rather than, look, he's with a gay guy. If your team are going to make terrible captions, then they should expect criticism. And like I said earlier, it is defo not the first time they have done this. It's just sloppy in the pursuit of, spelled incorrectly, of engagement by any means necessary. Drama Alert is better than that, or at least I thought it was, as a fan and someone who actually hosted back in the day and saw the work that used to go in." Reply from Keem, "Thanks." Later on, Carvos put out a new profile picture. Adorable. At time of recording, that is in fact his profile picture. I'm so happy for them. The thread though did continue a little bit longer, and I thought I'd include that for context. Upon replying to Keemstar's thanks with a Matrix bullet dodging thing, Keem replied, "It's literally all in a thread. I don't know why you're so slow. TARD. Reply, "You are still dodging the point. How many views does that first tweet have compared to the rest? You baited, wow, someone has a gay friend, as if it's something for engagement. Shame to see what Drama Alert has become now. I have no opinion on Drama Alerts. It doesn't really make YouTube content these days. The presence on social media is amusing to me because it often gets community noted because people troll the crap out of Keemstar. They don't want him to make any money off anything he does. But we know he's going to do that because this will be a better platform for him to be more involved in what goes on in the social media space. Whether or not such practices are sustainable, I have no idea. I tweet and maybe get 10 to 15 likes on something if I'm lucky. I'm not as involved as others are, but I have heard some do reasonably well because of the amount of engagement and interaction from their tweets, and also having a share of the revenue from Twitter Blue. Because of the amount of engagement I get on tweets, having Twitter Blue would be too expensive to justify having it. So I'm going to stay in my lane of not wanting it for the time being.